And hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. And I'm Adam. Joining with me tonight is Terry.
That's me.
And you've not done this show with me before,
Ever. Nope. I'm a
ever? No,
virgin.
ever. Now, I got to be honest with you. This was a show that Jake started many years ago called On the Movies. It started during the COVID times, and it's just kind of transitioned to the radio. And now we're
And you
transitioning back
stole it.
to, and I stole it and changed the intro or changed the title. So tonight we're going to dive into a movie that I had never seen before. And this
Okay.
was a movie that you recommended, and it was a movie called Easy A.
Yeah.
So Easy A came out in 2010, and it's about when a high school student lies about having slept with a college boy. Her story spreads like wildfire, and she discovers that her new reputation has some unexpected benefits. Now, how did you come to find out about this movie?
I do not know. I don't think I saw it in a theater. I like Emma Stone, so I was probably just looking through her filmography and came
Yeah.
across it. I truly don't know. It was years ago, and I watch it probably every 6 months.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of my favorites.
Now this was a good one. Now this
Yeah.
was by
Yeah, well, Emma
director.
Stone's funny. Emma
Now
Stone is funny.
she is funny and she's in quite a few movies, and I hadn't realized quite how funny she truly was. And there was some standout scenes from this movie that we'll get into today, tonight. But this was by director Will Gluck, and Will Gluck actually has a movie out in the theaters right now called One Night Only. It's playing. It opened up this past week, and it's playing in selected theaters, but it is playing in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Really?
So I thought that was kind of cool. He's also directed some standouts, Anyone But You, which was the Sydney Sweeney movie that just came out a few years back. Um, Peter Rabbit 1 and 2, which were very successful family movies, and the Justin Timberlake Mila Kunis movie Friends with Benefits back in 2011. So he's directed some movies that's kind of in the vein of Easy A, but I would say I've not seen Anyone But You. But from the other ones, I Easy A was by far my favorite one of all of his movies so far. Have you
Yeah.
seen any of the other ones?
Friends with Benefits years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't even remember it enough.
Well, there was
I
a
saw it like one time.
I saw it once. There was a Friends with Benefits, and then there was a movie called there was a very similar movie that had Natalie Portman in it as well. Out at that time. And this movie tonight was not what I anticipated for it to be. Now, this has a great cast. You've got Emma Stone, Penn Bagley, Amanda Bynes, Thomas Hayden Church, Lisa Kudrow, Patricia Clarkson, Stanley Tucci, Malcolm McDowell, Fred Armisen. And that's just to name a few. I mean, this is a stacked cast of people. If you don't know their name, you'll definitely know their face. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And when you first watched this, what did you think when you saw all these different names pop up throughout the
Well,
movie?
I didn't recognize a lot of them. I knew Emma Stone, obviously. Amanda Bynes, Stanley Tucci, Lisa Kudrow, Fred Armisen. Uh, so I knew some of those names, but I
Right, right.
recognize a lot of the people,
Okay.
like the actors.
So that was some of the cast. Now that there was a big cast, but everyone does they feel the role properly. So let's get into a few facts of the movie. We always like to talk about the facts. The fans like the facts, and these are little facts that you may or may not know. Now, Emma Stone's audition was her opening webcam scene. So I wrote the itinerary before I actually watched the movie. So I was looking out for some of these things as I watched the movie. And as I watched that, I was like, "That's pretty cool that that was her audition for the scene."
Yeah.
Another fact is all the webcam and narrative scenes were shot in just one day. Emma Stone had a 14-hour day of simply staring at the camera, doing every single webcam and narration scene for the entire movie. Every so often, she would have to get up, walk around outside to stretch her muscles. And if you think about that in context, there were a lot of those scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there were.
just thinking of her doing all that, and you've been behind the scenes enough to know how movies are made that um that would be a long day just sitting there. It'd be like us sitting and recording like 8 episodes, or actually 14 1-hour episodes all day
Jesus.
long. I mean, just sitting. I mean, us changing clothes and then sitting. So that would be kind of a lengthy day. Wouldn't you think so?
Yes. Yes, it definitely would. I mean, imagine how it is to drive for like
Yeah.
14 hours just sitting
Yes.
down.
Another
Yeah.
thing also is, and you said you noticed this, in almost every scene, there's an orange or oranges, and the commentary on the movie says the director did this just to be artistic. Now, did you notice this?
Well, I read that before I watched
Okay.
it. So I tried to note that, yeah, there's a lot of oranges in it. And it does add to it. It's complimentary.
Well, it's a very colorful, like the colors of this picture right here. It's a very colorful movie.
Yes, it definitely
Like,
is.
I think it's vibrant, even in scenes like this. I mean, you can still see she's vibrant, like her hair with her skin tone, the dress she has on. It's just a very lively movie,
Mhm.
and it's a very fun movie in that way as well. Now, this movie was one that set Emma Stone where she was the lead actress, obviously, in this movie. So this had a budget of only $8 million, and it's kind of a romance, teen comedy, I guess you could say. But it was very successful, making 58 million in America and 75 million worldwide. So this was a very successful movie, and that's not even counting, like the rotten. That's not even counting like the DVD sales, because DVDs are still out pretty prominently when this movie came out.
Yeah.
Now, here's a few little things. I don't know if we'll be able to see it very well, but the audience and the critics liked this pretty well. It had 85% positive on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and 77% on the popcorn meter with the audience. And
Popcorn
I
meter.
and IMDb had a 7.0 as well. And I don't know if you people can see this, but here's a little bit of the box office stats. Cost 8 million, um, and you can see right, successful movie as far as box office goes. Now let's get into a little bit of this movie. Now, set up a little bit of the plot for this movie, Tara, because you've seen it. You say you've seen it about every
I've
six
seen it.
months.
Yeah, I've probably seen it about 10 times if I'm honest.
Okay.
Well, basically, she's kind of a nerd. And so she tries to help out her friend. Well, first she lies to her best friend. Um, and says that she lost her virginity to some college guy that she went on a date with, who she did not go on a date with.
Well, at
And
first
that kind of spiraled out of control.
it's kind of a big misunderstanding because she tells her friend that she had a date, and all she did over the weekend was pretty much dance and sing to this pocket full of sunshine
Yeah.
card that she kept opening. And I thought that was clever. I liked the way the movie opened up. I thought it
Well,
did a
it
good
was great
job.
for the song because it perfectly captures how these pop songs get in your head. You hate them. Because in the beginning, when she opens the card, I think it's from like her grandmother or something.
Yeah,
She's like, ugh, like,
she
oh,
hates
that's a
it.
terrible song. And by the end of it, she's like singing in the shower to it. And it's how they work.
Well,
They're catchy and they get in your head.
she plays the card so much that it quits working.
Yeah, it eventually dies.
Yeah,
And then she
yeah.
makes it a ringtone. And that's why I was going to tell you, you should play that over this because that's pretty much the theme song to the.
Now I tried to get that song or a cover version of the song to play, but I couldn't find one that didn't seem to have copywritten free, so therefore we don't have the song tonight.
Oh well.
But yeah, so she gets in this little conundrum where this lie that she just tells her friend, um, this other girl, played by who? Amanda Bynes,
Amanda Bynes plays the Christian, the leader of the
Marianne,
Christians. Yeah. No, her friend is oh my god, I rewatched it today for that, and now I can't think of what.
Rhiannon.
Rhiannon. Yeah. That's her
Yeah,
best
no.
friend.
So Rhiannon hears, Olive tells Rhiannon, that she's, slept with this guy and lost her V card, pretty much, I
Yeah.
think she says.
Which is
And
funny because it's a card. I thought that
yes,
was, like, clever. There's a lot of little clever things in there.
there are. And then Marianne happens to be in the stall and she hears it. And then the next thing she knows, the whole school kind of knows that she has lost her virginity.
Yeah. And that's kinda where the kicker happens. That's where she gets branded a temptress, a tart, a floozy, all those words behind her.
Yes.
Um, and so the one that leads the Christians, she or what would it be called? Like, her little prayer group for the high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
She basically calls her an adulteress, which is the whole A thing because it's based on the Scarlet Letter, which is about a girl who gets branded by the whole town of being like a hussy, a whore,
Yeah.
basically. And so they're reading that book in class. And so that's kind of tied in with that. And so she cuts out the A and puts it on. I don't know where she got the outfit. That is the one thing that I'm like, there's no way that any high school would let a student come in dressed like that and not tell them they had to change.
Yeah. Yeah. I
She's
thought
got
so
on
too.
lingerie. That's,
That's a little risque.
yeah, if you, especially the one that you had up
I
earlier.
should have I should have kept that picture up there
Yeah.
so we would have it. But so yeah, so pretty much she gets to the point where there's people, outcasts out there's a gay guy in there who wants her quote services to make them seem like they've lost their virginity to her as well,
Yes.
which will help their social status also.
Hmm. Yeah. So
So
her other friend who she's been friends with, I guess, since they were kids, um, he's getting bullied in school for being gay. And so he's like, hey, can I just say I slept with you? And, they'll leave him alone. And so she does that. And then he tells somebody. And so they want her to, until the end of it, somebody really tries to pay her for sex.
yeah,
But it doesn't start out like that.
no, it kind of evolves
That's the
over.
stuff. It really does.
And I honestly did not know. I honestly hadn't read any other than this sheet. I didn't know anything about this movie going in other than Emma Stone. So, what about the characters in this movie? Because we don't want to give the complete movie away because people can watch it. I think I watched it on Tubi today. So, what do you think about these characters? We've got an array of characters that make up this movie. It's a real ensemble, really.
Yeah. Well, I really like her, and her parents are really funny. The
Yeah.
two people that play her mom and dad. They're
Stanley Tucci and Patricia Clarkson.
Nobody's
Um,
parents are that cool, though. That's the only thing. Nobody's parents are like that okay and trusting of her. Like, I don't know. I thought that was a little obviously
far fetched.
extreme.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
extreme.
pushing it and exaggerated
But if you
that they
think
were.
back, a lot of these kind of teenage comedies, they'll have that one group of parents that are cool like that in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, I think back, or though I have that one teacher, because this one had kind of a cool teacher as well. But
Mhm.
if you think back to Never Been Kissed, there was a cool teacher. A movie called Get Over It with Kirsten Dunst, there was a cool teacher in that. So this kind of followed the cool parents or the cool teacher. And I thought those parents fit in well with the world this movie built.
I could see her being the child of those parents.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they played it well.
Yeah, I think
And
so
so they were
too.
fun, and the kid that played her brother, he's funny.
Because I would
Um,
say, honestly, what would you say? At least 70% of this movie takes place in class, in school, or at least half.
yeah, between school and her house,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's very
So,
little outside of it.
and that is kind of a good thing when you're making this kind of movie to keep the budget low, because what would really you spend a lot of money on? School, house, actors. So this is a good movie to kind of also, if you're an actor or actress, kind of build up your resume with this kind of comedies because they don't cost a lot of money to make. Now, did you
And
have a
it's relatable because there's
Yeah,
not a lot no these kids aren't driving crazy cars, crazy expensive cars, wearing things, like it's relatable. It's a little more laid back, I think, than most families,
yeah,
but there's nothing extreme. Like there's some movies where the kids will have like rich parents, they've got convertibles. Like I know we're not supposed to bring up other movies, but like in Mean Girls, um, the main character, like her parents' house is huge. She drives a convertible. She goes shopping at the mall. She has like all these nice clothes and stuff like that. And that's not really relatable to how most teenagers live.
yeah. I'm gonna have to watch Mean Girls.
This is relatable.
I think I'm the only person who hasn't watched it.
I think in the world, yes.
Yeah,
But I liked it. You can relate to the characters. Like I said, she's kind of dorky. She's very into school, reading. She's not really a partier. They're not doing any drugs. Even in the scene where they're drinking or at a party, they're just pretending to be drunk. They're not
yeah,
even drinking.
yeah, yeah. I think, and I with these characters, I think they all do a good job. I mean, I don't think there's a weak character
Mm-mm.
amongst them. And even if somebody has just a small piece of screen time, just like Lisa Kudrow is Miss Griffith, she doesn't come in until 50 minutes into the movie,
Yeah,
and she's only sprinkled in what, a handful of scenes.
pretty much. Yeah. I
So
mean, that's a big plot point is her character.
yeah, so
But
I do think each character when they show up, they do a good job with the screen time they're given. I think they do a good job. Now, do you have a favorite scene or a least favorite scene?
a favorite scene, probably, I really don't. I kind of like the whole movie.
Right, right.
I do like the scene where toward the end with Lobster Todd or Woodchuck Todd, and I like the references to the other teen movies,
Yeah,
like Say Anything. And she's like, she wanted her own musical number for no reason, that kind of thing, because they all do have that. And so that whole scene where he kind of agrees to help her and then she plans out to do the live stream so she can basically tell the truth
yeah.
the way it happened. So I would say the last 20 minutes are probably my favorite part of the movie.
So the last third of the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I would say I don't have a least favorite scene, but one of my favorite scenes, I did have it queued up, but I don't want to risk the audio, so I
Mm.
won't play it, is when she comes home and she tells the family, "Hey, I got in trouble today for saying a word." And
Oh,
then
yeah, and she's
the mom and dad are like, "It starts with a T, 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 T." So they keep doing that. So that made me laugh. That like made me chuckle.
yeah,
In any scene with the parent, especially Stanley Tucci's character,
he's funny.
um, Dill, he was saying that he was like what parent person of the week or whatever, so he gets to choose the DVD
Yeah, but he's the person every week.
because he's the person who chooses
Yeah.
who's the person of the week. And bonus points, do you remember what DVD he chose to watch?
The Blind Side? No, it wasn't The Blind Side.
Not The Blind Side.
That's terrible. I should know that.
Well, that'd be a trivia question. If anyone knows,
It's not
what's
Bucket List, is it?
it is the bucket list.
Okay, that's why I had the B in my head.
Yeah, it's the bucket list. And I found that funny too that it was the bucket list. But that was
And it's
probably
cute, you know, and
that was one of my favorite scenes, in the scene where it is Olive and, um, I'm trying to think, maybe Brandon? Is it Brandon? Where they go into the party and then they go in the bedroom and act like she's
oh, yes, and she's
yeah. And one of
it
my
is
favorite
that's a really funny scene.
that's a funny scene, but what even made that scene funnier, she was like, "Here's the finale," and he's like, "Huh?" And then she punches him in the
He goes,
stomach.
"Oh."
Yes.
Yeah,
And that actually made me laugh as
and
well. So
he's like,
those
"Oh," when he's like, "that smell," he was like, "It smells," and everybody's outside the door listening, they were like, "Did he say it smells?" He goes,
yes.
it doesn't smell that bad." Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I do
He's
think
really
that
funny. I've never seen him in anything else. The kid that plays Brandon.
I don't think I have either, but
Yeah,
I
he's
do think
funny.
that that was a standout. So those scenes were some really good scenes as well. Um, no, what about now this doesn't really have a score to it, but what about the musical choices in this movie?
I thought they were good.
I did too.
I mean, obviously, Pocket Full of Sunshine, and the one that the musical numbers is, oh my goodness, it's totally escaping me.
That's okay. I'm looking it up real quick. Um, I should have had that written down, but
I know, I can't.
I mean, obviously, you've got "Trouble Is a Friend." That was a song on there. "Changes of the Seasons," "Bad Before Good," and "If You Were Here." Now, I do think a lot of the songs fit the movie perfectly. They fit the tone
Mhm.
of the movie. Think they fit the characters, and it wasn't like some movies, especially of the 2000s, like that. They would put in like a lot of rap songs where they didn't belong, and I don't
Yeah.
think they did that with this. This is a pocket full of sunshine type movie.
Mhm.
And I think early on, the first scene, it establishes this with that card. And I think
Yeah.
that was perfect. I did not expect, I thought that was a really good opening.
Yeah, that whole sequence of her, like, dancing around, singing to the dog, like, dancing to the dog, and,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's a good
think
one. And it
if
was a
you, if
perfect
some,
song
if
choice.
somebody likes that first opening sequence, they're going to enjoy the rest of the movie. I think that sets the movie up perfectly. This is what you're going to get.
It really is a current day, like, 80s romantic comedy in that
Well,
same way. I mean, even
it's
the song from Say Anything is at the end of the movie.
Well, this is also, if they think, back when they had 10 Things I Hate About You, which is like a retelling of Taming of the Shrew, this is kind of a retelling in some sense of the Scarlet Letter.
Mhm.
Which, see, I did not know that, and it's quite apparent. Like, if you look, I don't
It's
have a
actually
picture of it.
very well written for what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah,
You know, you think
yeah,
it's kinda gonna be just a toss away, you know, date movie type thing, and it's actually very well written based on a famous book.
yeah, because there's the
It's a
A. Now,
smart movie.
oops, now I got us at the bottom of the
I
screen.
see that.
I didn't even know that was possible. Um, but you can see the A right below her hair right there, and she has it. What about the last 20 minutes of the movie, 30 minutes of the movie?
Oh,
She has
it's on
the
everything after
halfway on.
I wanna say the party. No, because she has it when she goes to the party.
Okay, so that's kind of
Yeah.
early on, at least
Yeah, I think it's after her friend calls her out and basically calls her a tramp.
So pretty much 20 minutes in, I think that happens because the first 20 sets it up. So now, originality. Obviously, this is based upon the Scarlet Letter, but I thought the way they told this was pretty original, pretty fun. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, what about the poster? Now, the poster, this would have been a perfect time. It's very similar to this, the
Yeah, but she has
poster.
on the black and white, like, corset, I think.
In the poster.
Yeah.
Now, there was a couple of different ones. The one you mentioned, the one like there, and I thought the poster. Now knowing what all these names, flirt, tramp, temptress, tart, all this stuff means, it fits perfectly, and it's a chalkboard as well.
Yeah.
And I,
The
I,
marketing was great. It's a fun movie, but it's a serious topic, but it is fun, and it's one of those movies that parents and teenagers, even early 20s, can all kind of relate to.
And enjoy.
Yeah,
And enjoy. Yeah, I think so too. Now, would you recommend this movie? Why or why not?
obviously I would. Because I think it's lighthearted enough that, you can laugh and enjoy it, but it does hit on serious topics like high school bullying,
Yeah.
um,
Trying to fit in.
lying about losing your virginity, actually losing it. There's kind of all the different personalities are represented from like the Christian serious girl all the way to the party kids,
Yeah.
and so there's something I think everybody can relate to.
Yeah, I do too. Also, to point out, this was Amanda Bynes' last movie that she made.
That's what you said, and that's sad.
Yeah, and when I was looking up some information, the only thing that I could really find is that she did not like the way that she looked on camera. So she never,
But she was in on Disney, right? Like,
before
she's been on
this,
camera.
yeah, she just didn't like the way she
Wasn't
looked
she
in
on She's the Man?
She's the Man, What a Girl Wants,
And
Disney,
that was
couple
all
different,
around this time.
yeah.
So I
So,
wonder what was different about this movie.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but that was sad. But back to the movie, I would recommend this movie. I was telling some people today, this movie surprised me. It was fun. It moved quickly. The characters were good. The dialogue was good. There's not a
It's
weak link.
clever. It is a
Yeah.
clever movie.
And Emma Stone really held her own as a leading actress. And I thought like I've seen her as an adult, but this was more when she's probably in her mid 20s. So I hadn't seen a whole lot of movies with her at this age. And she did
Yeah.
a really good job. So I really enjoyed that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
chose that. Now, you're going to join next Monday for we were going to do a double feature, but I didn't really have time to watch both movies.
That's fine.
Now, Begonia, was it the next one?
We can, or you can finally watch Mean Girls. I think Mean Girls is gonna shock you. I think that you're avoiding it because it's such a hit. It's so famous. Everybody loves it. It's about a pack of girls mostly. I think that you're avoiding it because you're gonna love it.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Every
Okay.
time I rewatch it, I'm like, I forget how good that is, how
Okay.
funny it is.
Well, then we'll do Mean Girls next week. And also, we're going to extend the invitation. If anybody wants to join in, they could join in too. But Mean Girls it is.
I think
Now,
it's available on Netflix too,
okay, so it's
I
available on
believe.
there.
Yeah.
Now, we also do a show, we'll plug that, Salty Tonight. So go to saltytonight.com. My friend Felicia has a show also. It'll be on, I think she's doing Sundays right now. And are you doing what else is going on? You got any other kind of productions or anything going on?
Not at the moment, just working. Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yep.
I'm trying to get Robin back into the swing of things, so I may try to
Okay.
hang out with her. And then, of course, the show on Wednesday.
Yep. We got a good show at
So
Wednesday. See, we got some comments here. Mean Girls is a movie similar to Clueless. That's where they got that from, in a sense. Now, that's another, and that's from David. That's another thing I have to admit. I've never watched the movie Clueless
I
either.
haven't either. I've never
So,
seen Say Anything, Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, Carrie. I've never seen so many of these that I only know what they're about because they're so
yeah.
popular.
So, all right. Well, we're
So
going to
all
end the
of those
show
can go on the
tonight.
list.
Yes. So, tune in Wednesday night at 9 p.m. in the West, 12 a.m. in the East. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Teri, it's been fun.
Thank you for having me.
Good night, everyone.